something we just started talking to you about. And I understand that because you said you wouldn't. But we also said that we were going to work hard for your election. Everybody that's out here has worked extremely hard on your election to get you elected. And so I think at least they deserve a comment from you here face to face. That's all we're asking, Governor. If you decided the way you decided, that's your decision. And we're just asking you to come out here and just tell the folks that have stayed here and been here all day long since 7 o'clock this morning, give them the respect.
He may come back.
Governor, look, we have people that are dying in the fields. This is not a pressure tactic. We've been here, we've been peaceful here for the last 12 days. We have not done anything to disobey the law. We've been totally nonviolent. Governor, we tried to talk to you many a time. You did not follow up. You did never talk to us back again. On May 16th was the last time we talked to you. We invited you to talk to us on many occasions. I wrote you a letter. I phone called you. You said you were going to come visit a farm labor camp. We did get down to language, Governor. And that's what we proposed to you. That's what we proposed to you because we've researched this a lot as well. We've spent our time looking at this. We spent time going to Governor Schwarzenegger many a time. He was a Republican governor. We didn't expect a lot from him, but we do expect a lot now. We've researched this. We've gone through this. We've looked at all the different options. We've looked at all the different ways about doing it. We didn't propose this just out of the clear blue. We've been studying this for many, many years now, in terms of trying to figure out something that's going to give farm workers the same opportunity as other workers here in the state. That's all we're trying to do. And we're taking your legacy and what you put together back in 1975 along with us. What we put together back then worked fine back then. It had a good start. But today it's completely different. It's 36 years later. There's been many a change demographically. There's been many a change in terms of the strength and power of the growers. I think some of the people that you talked to told you this is only an issue about power. And right now, farm workers do not have that power. That's right, exactly. And so here we are. I mean, we're looking for a way just to level the playing field. That's why we proposed what we did, Governor. And Governor, we have to win an election before any of those things work. That's what this was all about, is to give farm workers a chance to win an election. Well, right now, when they go do elections out in the fields, they get intimidated, they get threatened with firings, they get threatened with retaliations and loss of jobs. It just happened on this petition campaign. Here we are, and you haven't even signed anything yet. And two growers that we know of are out there threatening the workers. They're telling them that if they sign this petition, if they don't sign this petition against SB 104, that as a result of that, then they're going to be lose their jobs. And so here they are, intimidated and so forth. We had to file charges. We presented those charges to your office. A financial penalty, yeah. I mean, whenever it happens, whenever it gets done, whenever it gets dealt with, but who knows how fast the law is going to work? I mean, these workers, they're seasonal workers. They work for a farm labor contractor, Governor. That wasn't the case back then. Today, 70% of the farm worker workforce works for farm labor contractors. They control the lives of farm workers today. In addition to farm workers being all immigrants today, which wasn't the case back then either in 1975, and then a large workforce, a large percentage of that workforce is undocumented. So those are three major issues that did not exist back in 1975. And that's why there is no power that is needed and is necessary right now to be able to do the elections the way the process should be. That doesn't make a difference. Look, in Jamara Farms, where we had the last big election take place, we had over 80% of the workforce signed up. I was out there with them. We saw it. The moment we filed that petition, the owner of the company was out there, John Jamara Jr., his uncle Sal Jr. was, Salvador Guimara was out there. They were all out there intimidating workers, telling them we're going to close the camps. You're not going to have a job here next year. A third of that workforce migrates from Coachella up to that area in terms of working at that company. They're totally dependent on what those farm labor contractors say. Not only for their jobs here, Governor, but they're totally dependent for their jobs back when they get down to the Coachella Valley. But look what that took over a year and a half for the board to issue a decision. And then finally they issued the decision, and your own, not your own, at that particular time, the current board that was in place under Governor Schwarzenegger ruled that there is no remedy. The growers can violate the law. I understand that. I understand what you're.
Where's that? Growers are not elected.
Governor, we're looking for a solution that's going to save farm workers' lives, that's going to ensure that they do have an opportunity to improve their standard of living, to ensure that they do have a right to vote without the intimidation, coercion, firings, and retaliations that are taking place right now. That's all we're looking for, Governor. It still gives them an option. If they want to do a polling booth election, they can go do a polling booth election on the company property with the supervisors, with the growers, with the foremen, with the farm labor contractors, all knowing what they're doing. But at the same time, give them another option, Governor. That's all we're asking for. Give us the option. But Governor, but how much evidence do we have to give you to show you that, Governor, this. Governor Cesar Chavez gave up on the ALRA in 1983 when we went and we did an election in Carruthers near Fresno, California in the San Joaquin Valley. And Rene Lopez, who was the leader of that campaign at that company, went and it was in the voting area, which was a quarantined area. The son-in-law of that grower and owner came into the quarantined area, drove his car there. Another gentleman that was with him pulled out a gun and shot Rene Lopez in the head. We knew that there was all types of violations taking place prior to that time. We knew that the employers were branding guns and intimidating workers with those guns. And as a result, there was no action taken by the board. So now we're looking for the opportunity to really, again, deal with this issue in the best way possible. And so, again, Governor, we've spent years trying to understand and determine how to best utilize this legislation and how to best ensure that farm workers are going to have an opportunity. And we're not asking to get rid of everything that was produced back in 1975. All we're doing is adding an option. That's it. We just want workers to have an option.
All right.
We're not throwing out the process, Governor. Nobody said we're not throwing it out. There's still an opportunity to be able to do that. And Governor, just come out here and just tell the workers what you've done already, because you already put out a press release announcing your veto.
Oh, we marched to him.
The press already has it, Governor. The press already has it. They're showing it to us.
Or we march to him.
Reconsider.
What's that? Can he reconsider?
Governor, let me just be honest with you. Governor, let me just be honest with you. I was there back in 1975, so don't tell me about the law working back in 1975. It worked for 4 months, Governor. And then you could not get the funding for the law. And for the whole year of 1976, that law did not function, did not work. Farm workers left demoralized because of the fact that this promise that we had, this hope that we had, did not continue as we expected it to be. And after that, the law never functioned the way it should have, Governor. I was there, I did those elections, I know what happened, what transpired. And so, but Governor, you weren't implementing the law. We were. And we knew what workers had to go through. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of farm workers were being fired from their jobs and retaliated against, Governor. That's why we're just looking for an option. We're not saying abolish the polling site election. Fine. Give workers another secret ballot opportunity. That's all we're saying. Give us an opportunity, workers, to be able to go and vote off the property, off the company property, in a private place, just like we do right now with absentee ballots. In the place that I go and vote, it's all absentee ballot right now. It's all by signing a signature. It has nothing to do with a polling site election any longer. So that...
Right of association.
Well, Governor, all I ask is right now you take a moment to come out and just say something to these farm workers that are here. No, all we're asking, Governor, is just to come out. No, that's what you told me the last time, May 16th, and I never heard from you, Governor. It's 6 weeks later now, and I never heard from you. Never heard, not ever got a phone call back, never got a response to my letter, nothing. And so, you know, it sounds a little hollow right now when you say that you're going to
reconsider.
Well, Governor, are you... So, déjame nomás anunciar lo que sucedió ahorita. Mira, primeramente, nomás queremos dar las gracias a todos ustedes que están aquí con nosotros esta noche. First of all, we just want to thank, in a very special way, everyone that's here with us this evening. Ustedes tenían fe y esperanza y hicieron mucho sacrificio para llegar al punto donde estamos ahorita. Everyone here made a tremendous amount of sacrifice to get where we're at here today. And we want to thank all the legislators, Speaker Perez. I don't know if Senator Steinberg is here right now with us, but all the other members of the caucus that are Latino caucus that are here, and other legislators that are joined with us here this evening. Nomás quiero decir que queremos dar las gracias al el vocero Jan Perez, que está aquí con nosotros de la Asamblea, y todos los demás legisladores que están aquí presentes con nosotros, especialmente los miembros del grupo de los latinos y también los demás legisladores. El gobernador hizo decisión de vetar nuestra legislación. The governor made the decision to veto the legislation. Y es lo que queremos responder directamente al gobernador. Lo voy a decir en inglés primeramente y después en español. What never changes in politics is power. The governor accepted the arguments made by the powerful agribusiness lobby and rejected the cause of the powerless farm workers. Lo único que nunca cambia en la política es el poder. El gobernador aceptó los argumentos de la industria agrícola poderosa y rechazó la causa de los campesinos impotentes. So, compañeros y compañeras, eso nomás quiere decir que tenemos que seguir adelante en nuestra lucha, seguir comprometidos, seguir trabajando duramente, porque sí vamos a lograr esa victoria para todos los trabajadores del campo aquí en el estado de California.